Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of one-variable equations. This is standard 8.8c in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 36 off the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got Jessica and Max baking cookies here, but the problem is we got some equations hidden in this word problem, and so we need to go step by step. First, convert these sentences into an actual equation, and then solve for it. Okay, so Jessica, right? So here's Jessica. So we'll draw a picture to kind of help us keep everything straight. Jessica baked 72 cookies and sold X. Okay, so when you bake 72 and you sold, that's going to be getting rid of, decreasing, or minusing X. Okay, so she's going to be 72 is what she started with, and then she's going to sell X. Okay, that seems pretty simple. Let's go over here to Max. All right, so Max, he is going to bake 36 cookies. All right, we can do that. And he sold, okay, so he sold, so that's a minus, but he's going to half as many as Jessica did. Well, how many did Jessica make? Well, Jessica sold X. So, sold half as many as Jessica did. And if Jessica sold X, then we're going to need to say she sold X. Half as many as X would be half X. All right, so that's what it's looking like. Jessica had 72 minus X. Max had 36 minus 1/2 X. That's tricky to get out of there, but once we have here, now we know that that X is the same for both, right? This X cookies is the same variable in both Jessica and Max's baking scenario here. And then how many cookies did Jessica sell if they each had the same number of cookies left over? So that's where this equal sign comes from. They each equal each other. And how many cookies did Jessica sell? Well, she sold X. So this is a really long way of saying, here's my equation, I'm solving for X. Okay. So we need to use our properties of equality here to isolate this X. So you know what? I want X to be positive. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add X to both sides. Okay. And it's going to end up being a 1X. So 72 minus X plus X, right? That cancels itself out. That's just going to be 72 equals, that's 36 minus half plus 1. Okay, so that's just going to end up being a plus half X. Minus half plus 1X, or just X, equals a half X. That's fine. Now let's get rid of that 36, right? So that's going to leave me with, I'm going to rewrite it over here, 1/2 X equals 72 minus 36, just leaves you with 36. Now, how do I get rid of that 1/2? Well, 1/2 X, I can multiply, right, both sides by 2, because that's the reciprocal. So you're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 2 times 1/2 is just going to equal 1, which is going to just leave that X by itself. 36 times 2 makes 72. So I'm thinking it's 72, but let's make sure, okay? So I'm going to plug it back into my original equation, okay? So I've got my 72 minus, I'm going to substitute in my 72 for the X. Well, that equals 0. So let's see if it equals 0 at the other side. Okay, so 36 minus 1/2, and then I had this X, so I'm going to substitute in my 72. So that's 0 equals 36 minus, what's 1/2 of 72? Well, that's 36. So yeah, 0 equals 0. So it looks like they sold them all. All right, so 72 is going to be my answer, D.